Hi everyone, my name is Bhoomi and I gave my GMAT in September 2025 and I'm glad to say I scored a 695 in the GMAT focus exam. Talking about my background and my journey to my GMAT exam, I have a background in humanities. I have done my Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology. So it's safe to say I don't really come from an engineering or quants background. I had very limited understanding and foundation of quants when I started out. When I started out actually in January 2025. And I joined another life coaching at that point of time, a local life coaching, who claimed to get me to my target score of 675 plus in a matter of 3 months. And they looked quite promising, hence I went ahead with it. But as I started those life coaching, I realized that the cohort was full of engineering and people from quant background. So the pace of those life coaching was really fast and didn't really match the pace that I required. Since I don't come from a quant background, I needed some coaching that helps me build and cement on my foundations before actually moving on to more complex topics. So even after spending 3 to 4 months on those live coaching, I didn't really get anywhere. In June 2025, when I gave my first mock, I actually ended up scoring a 545 on the official mock, which really disheartened me because I had already spent so much money and time on another coaching. That's when my sister recommended me target test prep. She had personally used it and she ended up scoring 675 herself. So I thought this is something that I can definitely try since I had already seen results of it around. So I started my target test prep journey in June 2025. It was as good as starting out new because the earlier coaching didn't really help me, and I was already very disheartened, so I was not in a very good place in terms of my preparation. So June 2025, I gave my first mock, got 545, after which I very dedicatedly started using target test prep. I put on target test prep that my final goal to give my GMAT focus was in September 2025, and my target was 675 or 675 plus. So once I put that in, they created a very tailored schedule for me. Say if I want to give my GMAT on 15th or 16th of September, they created a whole schedule for me, which I would say is one of the biggest strength of target test prep, that you don't have to spend your mental bandwidth on organizing your studies, deciding what I need to learn first, what topics I need to focus on, etc. It creates a whole schedule for you depending on your needs and when you plan to give your exam. So once I put in my exam date, they tailored a whole schedule, and post that I would say it's the test taker's rigor. It requires your dedication and your rigor to really follow the schedule that they give. Even if sometimes you slip up, fortunately they help you spill over the remaining topics of the day or the week over the next few months or weeks of your preparation. So they understand, the platform understands that sometimes maybe not being able to give the hours that you had committed to is completely all right. And as long as most of the times, if you're dedicated and if you follow the schedule, it'll work out for you. So I started with the target test prep in June 2025. I very religiously followed the schedule, and in August 2025, so after 3 months of preparation, roughly 3 months of preparation, I gave my first mock. And I'm glad to say in my first mock I got a score of 635. While not my target, it was a very great improvement from my first mock score, which was a 545. So I felt a little bit relieved, but still not quite there because I had to take my actual exam in a month, so I still had a long way to go. So in that 1 month, what target test prep did, they basically what I did was go through my entire error log, since during the course I had logged all the errors I had made during the lessons or during the tests. So in that 1 month, I went through my entire error log. I kind of resolved everything that I'd made an error in. In addition to that, there were certain topics that I was not very strong at, a couple of them being coordinate geometry, DI, and a couple of areas in verbal, especially the bold face ones. So what I did was I create customized tests. This is a feature of target test prep that I personally really loved and really worked for me. I started creating customized tests for the areas that I knew I needed to work on. Say for example, I was really good at quadratic equations, so I started creating customized tests of really difficulty level for those, and for the areas that I was not very good at, I started with easy level questions, and then I moved on to medium level questions, and then difficult level questions. So these customized tests really helped me. In addition to that, what kind of built my foundation in quants was the continuous test that the platform requires you to take. So during when you are actually going through the lessons, during the test they ask you questions after each topic is done, and even after the entire one topic is done, they create a customized test for you to see where you stand. And post that is done, they reinforce what you've learned through easy level questions, medium level questions, and difficulty level questions. I would say this really has gone a long way into building my foundation, cementing it further, and finally polishing it to a state where I ended up scoring 695. So during that 1 month, that's what I did. I went through my errors, I polished the areas that were already good, and I could see the improvement in my official mocks as well. I started from 6 at 35, it went to 645, 55, 65, and actually the highest I scored on my GMAT official mock was 695. So, and that's the score that I ended up getting as well. So I'm glad to say that it was a very good predictor, and yes, as I said, it would not have been possible without target test prep. And just one last note I would like to add, for especially for people who do not come from a quant background and who do not have a very strong hold on quant, I would definitely recommend going with TTP without thinking twice, because it's not just about how much you practice. It's also about how systematically you go towards it, and how strongly you build your foundation. And I think no other coaching does it as well as TTP does. So yeah, that's my journey. Thank you, and all the best to everyone who's going to give the test.